Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Chow, Dr. Eric Chow. Very happy that we end a very tough and very intensive year of the practice in AP Computer Science A. And today, Friday, I would say it's May 5th, okay, May 5th of the Friday. I already got the release of the FRQ questions from the College Board. So I'm going to go over the problem for these FRQ problems. Okay, first I have this disclaimer. The whole video is created by me and it is not official answer. So don't take it as official answer. The official answer will not be given. So basically, every teacher will try to create their own solution or video for it. So it is only used for students' reference after the exam. And later, I may create a more quick, complete, and detailed analysis, including the tester on a problem set. So I do not guarantee the quality of this video, but for the time being, it works as a good reference for you about the problems. So let's get started for question 1. So question 1 in AP Computer Science principle, AP Computer Science A free response is this one. It's a level question. It's a single player video game. So video game, you have level 1, level 2, level 3, right? You have level 1, you qualify, you move on to level 2, and then you move on to level 3. So something like that. These are usually the game is like that. Okay, so there's a classical level. I suspect that this level should be an interface. Okay, so they should have some data field, but you cannot access it. You only need to know about this goal, reach, and get point function for levels. Okay, and these levels are actually used in a class. So here we have a game class. Game class has level 1, level 2, level 3. There's a constructor game. There is a function called its bonus, checking whether it's a bonus or not. There's a play function. There's a get score function. Get score will actually return the score earned in the most recently played game. So the get score is the part A you need to write on. Okay, and the second actually is the play many time. It's the play number of time and return the highest score earned. So this one is finding the maximum apparently. So okay, so these are the problem. Okay, and this one is a short analysis. So I do not have the so-called nature of problem description or other things. So let's look at it. Write the get score method, which returns the score of the most recently played game. Each game consists of 3 levels. The score of the game is computed using the following method. So this is famous goal reached. So goal reached will return true or false. You will return true if a goal had reached on a particular level, and it will return false otherwise. So basically, each level you have reached or not reached. If it reached, okay, so get point of the class return the points recorded in the particular level. Whether or not the recorded points are earned, okay, depends on the rule of game, which is the following. Okay, level 1 point earned only in the level 1 goal is reached. Okay, so level 1 goal reached, then you get the level 1 point. So level 1 need to reach the goal, If you don't reach, you don't have the level 1 point. Okay, level 2 the same, level 3 the same. Okay, so you need to check. You need to check each level whether you reach the goal or not. If yes, you get some point, and you get some point. You add the point into your total sum. You get into the total sum. If the score of the game is the point earned at the level 1, 2, 3. It's the sum of all 3 levels. If it is a bonus game, the score will be tripled. Okay, so there's a rule that you will triple it if the bonus. So basically, these are the rule. Okay, and then you will go to the part 2. We do not have too many other description. Okay, so let's look at the example. So go reach 222, and you will have 200 point, 100 point, 500 point. So exponent scheme, you actually sum of the 3, you get 800 times 3, you get 2400. So here, the second problem, second example, we have 200, 100, 500. So 500, you don't need to calculate it. You totally get 300. 300 without bonus is 300, okay? So next one, you have level 1, level 3, that's a 700, okay? And then actually it's a bonus. But because your level 2 failed, so it recorded only level 1 earned because the goal has not been reached in level 2. So earn point of the level 3 will not be qualified. So you need to pass this one until you get this one, until you get this one. Okay. If you do not pass level 2, level 3 will not be calculated. The rule is very clear. Okay. And it's a bonus point, it's a bonus game, so you edit times 3. Okay. So next one, force actually you do not have any points, so you get out. Okay, so the rule is pretty clear now. Let's go back. Okay, let's go back. So here you said that level 2 need to have both level 1 and level 2 pass before you can go. Okay, so let's actually use the Notepad double plus to write this problem again. Just like in our practice exam, I'm going to copy the function interface over and I will get started after that. Okay, so let me get the interface. Okay, the interface is integer get score. Okay, so that's actually this one is actually public. Okay, public integer. Okay, get score, because I don't want to use a tester, so I don't open my BlueJ or any other editor. So I'm just using my Notepad double plus. Okay, Notepad double plus. So here, let me actually make the data bigger. Okay, the font bigger. So now we have this get score program and we get started. Okay, we get started. So each game has a level 1, right? You had a level 1. So level 1 is a private level, but the function is get score is in class. So you can use level 1, level 2, level 3. Okay, so right here, okay, level 1 is an object. So it is if actually level 1 that goal reached. Okay, there's a function called goal reached. So here we will call the function name is called goal reached. Okay, so goal reached. Okay, if level 1 goal reached. Okay, and we will add the sum. So here we will add the sum. So here we should have a integer sum equals 0. Okay, in this case, our sum plus equals level 1 that get score, get points. Okay, it should be get points. Okay, get points. Okay, get points. Okay, this finish level 1. So level 2 you cannot put it over here. It should be inside here. If level 1 doesn't pass, you don't need to continue. So here you put your level 2 here. So level 2 that goal reached. Okay, you do sum plus equal level 2 that get points. Okay. Okay, same thing. Level 3 is inside the level 2. Okay, so if level 3 that goal reached. Okay, so here your sum plus equal your level 3 that get points. So here you have the total point that you earn. Okay, and the next one you will here if is bonus. Okay, if it's bonus. Okay, that is that it's bonus game or it's bonus. Look at it. Okay, look at it. So it actually is bonus. Okay, the function is called it's bonus. It's bonus, it should be triple. So actually sum time equals 3. Okay, sum equals 3, and you need to actually return the integer. So sum is integer. So right here we return this sum. Okay, that's the part A. Okay, so this one is Q1. Okay, part A. Okay, let's look at the part B. Okay, let's look at the part B. So Q1 part A is like this. Okay, Q1 part B. Let's look at the Q1 part B. Q1 part B is like play many times, okay, and many times you will score 70, 50, and then 90, and then 20. So each one of them, you will have a play function, okay. So the game actually, let's see. The game do have a play function, so you need to game. Okay, game is void. Okay, so simply the play the game. Okay, all label and update all relevant data, and then you get score. Play get. Okay, play get, and then you totally you need to play how many games? You will play the number of the games. Okay, you will play the number of games. You play the num games. Okay, so that's actually copy this one now. Okay, so here I am about to start this problem. So here I have Q1, okay, part B, okay, Q1 part B. So Q1 part B, okay, public, okay, integer, play many times, okay, integer num, okay, so I finish the function, okay. Right, we finish the function, so we will play that many times. So here integer, okay, max equals integer that mean value, okay, mean value. So we'll get the minimum, okay. So for integer I equals 0, I less than num, I increase. So this plays so many times, okay, and each time we do game, so play, and then actually integer, okay, current will be equals, okay, get score, get the score. So let's see, it's actually get score. It actually get score, okay, get score. So we get the score, okay, and then if actually current greater than the maximum, okay, then we will update maximum equals current, okay, and they keep going for n times, and eventually we return the maximum, okay, we return the maximum. So let's see here, let's actually look at the example, okay. So here, so play 4 times, 75, 50, 90, 20, then return 90, okay, then return 90. So play the game simulated by calling the play function. The play is called only one time following multiple consecutive call get score. Each get score will return the single simulated game. Okay, so I think that's it. Okay, I think that's it. I review the problem. I think that's it. Okay, for the part 2. Okay. Okay. Now let's move on to question 2. Okay, let's move on to question 2. So question 2, let me look at the problem. Okay, let me look at the problem. So question 2 is a class book. Okay, book has the title, price, and so many things. Okay, don't need to go into there. And then you write a class called textbook. It's a subclass of book. Okay, subclass of book. So we can already get started. Okay, so let me create a new file and save as. Okay, so this one here, I'm going to save it as a Java file. And this one I call it FRQ Q2, okay? So Q2, because it actually is a subclass of the book, so you have public, okay, public is not necessary, okay, so public class, okay, text book, okay, extend actually book, okay, and then double curly brace. Let's get started with this, okay? So that's the first thing we will do, just create something like this, okay? So get started, okay? A textbook has an edition number which is a positive integer, identify different version of the book, get book info, which call the textbook return a string that include the edition information as shown as above. Okay, so here get book info is the version. Here it has a version from the book. Okay, But right here, the textbook will return a string including the edition information as shown in the example. So let's look at example. So textbook, we have biology, okay, and then two value, okay. Second value is the price, and third one is the edition number, okay. So you can get edition, get info, you do dash dash, okay, and then can substitute for, okay, compared to object, okay, and can substitute for, you may return, okay. So there's a can substitute for, there's a constructor, okay, there's different thing, okay. So now let's go back to book, okay. So this one is a subclass edition, subclass problem, okay, subclass problem. So the title, price, okay. So here apparently we have a new integer called edition, okay, edition that's actually set to 0, okay. So right here we may have textbook, okay, textbook constructor, and you would take string, okay, title, okay, and then couple, okay, price, okay, and then here we have integer edition, okay, these are the data we get in, and then we should do super, okay, super calling the super constructor with the title and price, okay, and then right here edition equals, okay, we should have the list that edition equals edition, okay. So this one is the constructor. So the constructor is okay. Let's assume that edition is also a private variable. Okay, let's see. Let's put the private first. Let's check if it's a private. So is edition number is positive. Okay, identify the version of the book. It doesn't say it should be private or not private. So let me assume it's private. Okay, it's private. So information about this. Okay, before we do anything else, let's actually look at the so-called get edition. Okay, let's have the get edition. So get edition will return 3. So let's actually look at get edition. So let's do this one. Okay, we have a public integer get edition. Okay, this one it will return ed. Okay. Okay, so that actually is the get edition. There is a get info. Get info, you need to return all the 3 number, and it actually is formatted string. Okay, formatted string contain the price, the title, price, and edition. Okay, formatted string, it didn't tell us that how many digits it should be. So do not add your own digit. Okay, so here let's do this one. Let's do public, okay, and then string. This one called get book info. Okay, get book info. Okay, get book info because your parent class already has a title price. Okay, already has a title price. So that is the get book, okay, and the price and title is in your parent class. So it is better that you do return, okay. And then this one you call the super. Super is your parent's class function, okay. Get book info, okay. And then plus, you need to have one more dash plus your edition, okay. That's the get info. This one you have to use your parent class get info. Otherwise, you will have the problem because you create recursion. So you cannot use a get book info directly. You have to call the super class get book info. Okay, so that's important. So this get book info. And the textbook class contain additional method called can substitute for, who return true if the textbook is a valid substitute for another textbook. Okay, for another textbook. The current textbook is a valid substitute for the textbook referenced in the parameter. Substitute if the two have the same title and the edition of the current textbook is greater than or equal to the edition of the parameter. Okay, so right here we have another one that's called public. Okay, Boolean, okay, Boolean, okay, this function call can substitute. Call can substitute for, okay, so can substitute for, okay, can substitute for, you take another textbook. Okay, textbook other, so textbook other, okay. So can substitute for textbook other, okay. First thing is the title need to be the same, okay. Price, we don't care. So title need to be the same, and title you need to use get title, okay. It's a parent class private data field. So you do need to use actually. So here if actually the if the get title, okay, that equals other that get title, okay. Here you say not equals, okay, they will return false, okay. And then here, okay, we will return, okay, will return, okay. Here you should have get edition, okay, and it's the same class. So you say edition actually greater equal to other that edition that actually is okay, okay, that actually is okay. Then you return true, otherwise you return false, okay, otherwise you return false. So this one like this should be okay, So let's look at it one more time. Check it, okay. So write a book class is a subclass for book. So subclass for book, we do have the extends, okay. So extends book, that actually is fine. Next one, the textbook has an edition number, okay. There's an edition number, so we do have titles, price, and edition that we can use, okay. So identify the different version of the book import method called textbook, it return a string, also including the edition number as shown in the example. We'll deal with it later, okay. So the constructor, you call the super title and price, okay, to call the book classes constructor, and then you assign the external edition to this that edition, okay. And then there is a get edition function, okay. There's a get edition function, you can return the edition number. There's a get book info function, you will get the super that get import dash then your version number, okay, dash then your version number. The next one you can substitute for, you get a different textbook, okay. If the textbook title not equal to the title, then you return false. Otherwise, you will check the edition number. Edition number need to be the same or actually younger, okay. The same or actually younger, okay. So here, if the name different, you cannot, okay. So version 2, version 3, younger. So edition greater than others, then you can substitute for. Okay. Okay, so these are the problem 2. Okay, these are the problem 2. Now let's look at the question 3. Question 3 is a review problem, and this one we have AP review lab. Okay, so if you work on the lab before, you may know about this is one of the lab. And there's a class called review. So review, you have the rating and comment string. Okay, so you have these two things. So review is a data class. And then you have review analysis. This one is actually has an array of all reviews. Okay, an array of all reviews. And you need to work on two functions. One is get average rating, and the other one is collect all comments. So let's get started. Okay, let's work on this one, get average rating. So you need to traverse through the whole array of the all reviews. So here, you may need to have one double value that would be the total. Okay, double value that would be the total. And then total will be equal 0.0. okay? Because you are going to calculate the average, use a double will be a better solution. Now you actually go through every review R from all reviews, okay? And then your total, okay, plus equals the R that get rating. Okay, get every rating from the review. And then eventually you return your total, okay, divided by the all reviews balance. Here no parentheses because it's actually array. And you say that, okay, all reviews, no element is null, okay, no element is null. And then assuming that there are at least one review, okay, assuming that there are at least one review. Okay, at least one review. So these are the assumptions we have. Next one is to collect all of the comments. When we do collect the comments, you need to traverse through every review and then trying to find if the review do have a exclamation mark. If the exclamation mark, then that one will be collected. But after you collect it, you also need to reformat it. And you need to reformat it so that it will start with the index and then followed by hyphen, and then followed by the original comment, and then followed by a conditional period. Okay, if the string doesn't end with the exclamation mark or period point. So let's get started with this one. You will need to have array list of the string, and this one, let's call it R list equals new array list of string. Okay, eventually you need to return this R list. Okay, eventually you need to return this. And in the middle, you need to traverse through all of the review. But here, because the index is useful, so you need to create a index. Okay, you need to create index. So right here for int I equals 0, okay, I less than all reviews, the length, okay, and I increase, okay. Okay, first you need to get a string, and this string should be equals the all reviews. All reviews as item that get comment. Okay, that's UX, and if X that index of, okay, index of, okay, if it has exclamation mark, then we will do the following thing. Otherwise, we won't do it. Okay, otherwise we won't do it. Okay, if it's in the with the exclamation mark, we'll do it. Okay, otherwise we won't do it. Okay. And here we will check. Okay, we will check. We will actually create. We'll create actually a string. Okay, a string S will be equal double quote. That is creating a string with the I number, that's the index number, and then with the hyphen plus the X string, your comment. Okay, plus your original comment, and then if. Okay, it also would add one more later for the ending later. Okay, so if S that ends with, okay, end with exclamation mark, okay, or S that ends with, okay, period. Okay, if one of these happens, then you don't need to add the period. So if not, okay, if not, then you ask to create edit with a period, okay? And then after this, you do have a return list, okay, that add the string into it, okay? So this one is the question 3, okay? So question 3, let's check it. We have a total, okay? And then we add all the review ratings and then divide it by the total length, okay? That is getting the average for the average rating. And collect comments. We go through every reviews and we get every comment. If the comment actually, okay, here we are missing greater equal 0, okay? If the index of the exclamation mark greater equal 0 means that we do have exclamation mark. Then in that case, we will create a index followed by hyphen, followed by the comments, okay? And then if the string, okay, actually does not end with the exclamation mark or period, then we add the period to it, okay? And then eventually that string will be added to the return list, okay, array list, and we return the array list. So this is the question 3, okay? Now let's look at the question 4, okay? So question 4 has a data class. Data class actually have a number called maximum, okay, that's a constant. And there is a 2-dimensional array called grid. And we need to do repopulation of the grid. We also need to count the number of the increasing columns, okay? Count the number of increasing. So let's look on the repopulation. So repopulation, you need to generate a number between 1 and max, okay, inclusive. So 1 and the max inclusive. So totally they are mixed number of the random numbers, okay? And then the number must be divisible by 110, okay, and must actually not be divisible by 100. So let's do this one, okay? So basically you need to go through 2-dimensional traversal. So let's get started for the row equals 0 and row less than. Right here you have the grid, okay, you grid the length, okay, and R increase. These are the number of rows or traverse through the different row, okay. Then we traverse through each column. Okay, so we traverse through each column. So now we need to create a data for here. We need to create data for the row and column. So let's assume that we create a number called G, okay? And eventually this G got assigned to the grid of the R and C, okay? Eventually we will assign the G to here, okay? So if G, we can use mass random, okay, times maximum number, okay? This one, the terminal number of the number is maximum number, and you need to quantize it, okay? And then you need to plus 1, okay? You need to plus 1, because starting from 1, ending at max, okay, inclusive. So totally they are mixed number of the numbers, and you will starting from 1, okay? But not everyone we would actually accept it. So while, okay, while actually the G divided by 10 not equal 0, or G actually divided by 100 equal 0, okay? So this one we will repeat. So when we get out of here, it will be this conditions bar. Okay, this condition bar will be the exit condition will be G 10 multiplied by 10 equals 0, okay, and G 10 multiplied by 100 not equal 0, okay, we will contain such a condition. And we just copy this one to be one more time in here, okay. Well, this is one way to write it, but if you really want to save time, because right here, actually, only very few of the cases can be successful. So if you want to save time, you can work on it in a different version. In a different version, okay? In a different version. So right here, you create total number of the number will be this one divided by 10, okay? And then you need to times actually here times 10, okay? The step size 10, so it's starting from 10, and then a total number of the possible candidate you can have is max divided by 10, okay, times 10, and you start it from 10, okay? It's many numbers, so you can also copy this in and put it here, okay? The only difference for this one is that you actually do not need to check G not multiple of 10. It won't happen. All the G will be multiple of 10, okay? So this one, the AC condition would be this, okay? Would be this. Okay, this is repopulate. Then we would like to count the number of the increasing columns. So here that's created a variable for count. But eventually we are going to return the count, okay? But here, because you are trying to calculate the number of increasing columns, so you need to go column measure. And you don't have an R yet, so you use the 0. Okay, this is for each column, okay? You need to find whether it's it actually is increasing or not. Here we do not need to be strictly increasing, so non-strictly increasing would be fine, okay? So that's assume that we have a Boolean value for increasing. Let's set it to be true, okay? If there is not a non-increasing element, we will remove it, okay? So for integer r equals 0, okay? R less than, here you have a window of 2, so it gets started from row 0, okay? Every time you use a window of 2 to check 2 number, okay? So the last window you have will be here. This one is row minus 1, this one is row minus 2. So your I will start at the row minus 2, and that will be less than row minus 1, okay? So right here, you should use R less than read the length, okay, minus 1, and R increase, okay? Okay, if actually increase, okay, we increase R and C, okay, this one greater than your grade of the R plus 1, R plus 1, and C, so this one actually is not increasing. It's not increasing, so we'll say increasing to be false, okay, if some of this happen. So here, if actually increasing, we count to increase, okay. So this will solve the part 2 of the B, okay. So let's review one more time. So right here, you go through every row, go through every column, okay. You generate a random value that actually is G, okay. That value starting from 1, ending at max, okay. And then if the number is not multiple of 10, or if it is multiple of 100, we regenerate it, okay. One of these happen we regenerate it, okay? And then when after finish, we assign the value to G, okay? So right here, you can replace this line by a smarter way to generate. Every 10, we generate a number, okay? So starting from 10, ending at maximum divided by 10 times 10, okay? That's the value that's the last one, not actually the last one. And then this one, you don't need to check if G is multiple of 10 or not. If it is multiple of 100, we'll regenerate it, okay, until there is a qualified G, okay. Okay, this one we start with count equals 0, okay, and C, this one is column major, so our C starting from 0, C less than 0, the length, C increase, okay. We set the equation to be true all the time, and then we go through every single row. If the row cell value greater than the next row, then increasing is false, okay. And then we check it. And if one of the element is not increasing, then we will not add it. If everything fine is increasing, then we will increase the counter. We will increase the counter for the whole column, and then in the end we return the count. Okay, so this FRQ 2022 is a little bit harder than 1920 or 31. Okay, because we go back to the normal full length exam. And let me know if you still have different questions. Okay, thank you. Bye now.